Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're one of my preloaders, always good to have you guys with me. And as always, I'm very, very proud of you guys. Please keep up the good work. Keep practicing, all right? Keep setting the example of how important this is. If you've never been to this channel before, just give you a quick synopsis on myself and the purpose of this channel. My name is Robert Simmons. I'm a retired NYPD Motorcycle Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22 years with the NYPD. 15 of those years were spent in the motorcycle unit. The name of this channel is called Robert Simmons Paying It Forward. And the purpose of this channel is twofold. The first purpose is to share my knowledge, experience, and training that I attained from the NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit with you guys, paying attention mostly to slow speed motorcycle operation. And the reason I focus on that is because that's the area of operating a motorcycle that most motorcycle riders, approximately 98%, do not attain, okay? At speed, this motorcycle will go by itself. It needs very little input from you. 15 miles per hour or less, that's when your full 100% skill is required to keep this motorcycle upright without putting your feet down or put your feet out like that, okay? So that's why I focus on that. The second part of paying it forward is I want you to be the boss of this motorcycle. And being the boss of the motorcycle just simply means feeling confident and not getting that feeling when the motorcycle slows down and it's time for you to stop and your feet start going out, or if you want to make a left turn or a right turn or a U-turn. When you feel confident enough to be able to do those things and you can do them, then you're the boss of this motorcycle. Lastly, I hold practice sessions in the parking lot on a weekly basis for my preloaders only. It's free of charge, okay? And if you don't know what a preloader is, it's simply subscribers that are serious. They are serious in being proficient in slow speed motorcycle operation. That's all it is, okay? So if you're serious about being proficient or becoming proficient in slow speed motorcycle operation, or if you're already proficient and you want to continue to practice and make sure you remain proficient, all you have to do is subscribe and you become a preloader, okay? That's what that's about, all right? And as always, guys, I know you could be doing anything with your time. The fact that you choose to spend a little bit of it with me, I appreciate that. If you guys like this video, if you get anything from it, hit that subscribe button, all right? Like and share. Sharing is important. We want to get this out to as many motorcycle riders as possible. And if you want to be notified of future videos that I make, hit that notification bell and switch it to all. Okay, so what are we doing here today? We're here for a practice session, okay? So if you guys have been to my practice session before, you know that the background, everything looks a little different. Everything looks a little brighter out here. Because I usually start this at about 10:30 in the morning. Right now it's 5:21, 17:21 hours. And why am I out here so late? Okay, this is slow speed motorcycle riding practice session number 8.1. Why is it 8.1? You guys remember Tom? Remember the guy that rode here 14 hours on his motorcycle from Texas, 1,000 miles in the freezing cold? Remember Tom? Remember he got here and his motorcycle broke down in exercise number 2? There's no way in the hell I was going to let Tom go back to Texas and not do what he rode here to do. So he's not here yet, but his motorcycle's in the shop. They told him it's going to be ready by about 6 o'clock. So by the time he gets out here, it's probably going to be dark out here, but there's lights in this parking lot. Either way, we're getting it done. All right, so I'm going to go out here. I'm going to set up for Tom. So when he gets out here, we can make it happen. All right, guys, see you then. All right, guys, so Tom texted me. He said they're almost done. That was about 15 minutes ago. And he is so excited. He said he's smiling like a schoolboy. So, and he wanted something that's really challenging for him. So I have an 18-foot U-turn for him. I have a figure eight that's in 4 parking spaces. Of course, I have the maze. And I also have 12-foot serpentine, single serpentine. And lastly, I have a snowman over there, 20, 19, 18. So he should have fun with that. I saw the lights. I was worried at first the lights weren't coming on, but the lights are starting to come on now. It is 18:08 hours. I'm just getting some of the gravel out of here. Take this stuff seriously, guys. I'm always going to take care of my preloaders. I don't even have to think twice about that. Guys, did you notice? Look at this. Pointing it right at my cones and they're not moving. Oh, I love it. If it was those other cones I had, forget about it. They would have been on the other side of the parking lot. All right, guys, it's 18:24 hours. Tom just texted me, on my way, all caps. He is so excited. So I had some more cones left. So I decided over there to do an offset double serp. I made that tight. So the gates are 5 feet wide and it's only 24 feet wide. And the gates are 10 feet apart. When I say 10 feet, obviously the gates that are on the same side are 20 feet apart, but the offset side is 10 feet. So you got to really do some leaning to get around these gates. So I'm going to run through it before he even gets here to make sure everything is okay. All right, guys. Start with the single serp, 12 feet. Looking straight ahead. Straight ahead. Go into the figure eight. All right, guys, it's 18:42 hours, 6:42. The man of the hour is here. Got blue lights, ready to go. Tom, you ready?
Yes, LT, let's do this.
All right, so what I have for you here, Tom, is specifications that you requested. We have an 18-foot U-turn right here.
Yes, sir.
We have the maze right over here. I know it just looks like a bunch of cones right now. But we have the maze right here. That's a bunch of 18-foot U-turns. Right here we have a figure eight, that's 4 parking spaces. We have a serpentine right behind you, which is 12 feet.
Okay.
We have a snowman right there, which is 20, 19, and 18.
Okay.
And last but not least, I did a double serp here. That double serp is tight.
Okay, good.
This double serp is, the long side is 20 feet, but in between the offset is 10, so they're 10 feet apart.
Okay. Are you going to show me exactly how to go through it first? Or?
No, I just want you to do it. I'm just kidding, of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Actually,
okay,
I have to
good.
warm up too. I have to warm up. We have to warm up and, because you don't want to just jump into doing like 18-foot U-turns and stuff like that. But listen, I appreciate you coming down here. There's no way in the hell that I was going to let you go back to Texas.
Thank you.
Without doing what you came here to do.
Thank you. And I really appreciate that because you reached out to me, took care of me while I was here.
Absolutely.
You can tell your passion for motorcycles is there. I feed off of that kind of stuff. I encouraged everybody I met, they need to come and do this course.
Absolutely.
Or just get off the bike. Just get off the bike.
And this guy Tom, he's a different kind of guy, man. I'm telling you right now, he's a different kind of guy. All right, well, we're going to get to it. I don't want to hold him up too long because right after this, he's planning on hitting the road, heading back to Texas.
Gotta hit Houston.
Houston, he's a better man than I am. I say it again.
Oh, please.
All right, let's get to it.
Just do it. Thank you, LT.
All right. So, when you come into this U-turn,
Okay.
I want you to make sure that, now I usually put the green cones up. Oh, they're over there. You don't need them?
I can catch it.
Okay. I want you to make sure that you put your wheel right next to this cone. Like, don't cheat yourself. You really don't have a lot of room to cheat yourself.
Right.
So you kind of got to have your foot right here. Sometimes
Okay.
the fairing will hide. So I do want you to look at that.
Okay.
As soon as you get right here, before you
Okay.
even turn the handlebars, I want you looking at that last cone over there.
Okay.
right? As soon as you, right before. So your wheel hits here, turn your head, and then turn the handlebar all the way. Okay?
Got it.
Opposite way, same thing. You want me to demonstrate it? You want me to demonstrate? Yeah? What I forgot to also tell you is there's two ways you can do it. You can do it just going straight and turning, or you can do it where you give yourself momentum. And by that I mean, before you make that left turn, you dip left, and then you dip right, and that gives you the momentum.
Okay.
All right. It doesn't have to be extreme. It could just be a slight thing. I'll do it right here. And if you're going to make a right turn, same thing. Now, make sure that you're preloaded, and you have to keep it loaded. So preload, keep it loaded. You're in the friction zone when you're going through there, but just keep that load up. If your throttle's up, then your motorcycle, I can hear it. All right. If you want to do some U-turns without there, like just do it on the spot. No? All right. Put your ass nice and low. And push with your legs. Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, now right there, that's throttle. When you got right here, for some reason,
Right, I did. I unthrottled.
the throttle went out. And if it goes out, because if you keep throttle, if anything, you'll just keep going this way and you'll hit a cone. No big deal. So don't worry about hitting a cone.
Okay.
Just keep the throttle going. Okay. At least you're not putting your foot down. I like to see that.
I'm getting good at falling.
Falling does take a skill.
Oh, man.
You fall the wrong way, you make things worse. He was coming in a little slow that time too. You were coming in a little slow too. You can go a little bit faster.
Okay.
Not too fast.
Okay.
All right, let's see what we got. Preload, preload! Do it over, do it over. You gotta preload. So remember what I say, guys. You preload before every movement. Definitely this movement. Preload. I don't hear any throttle at all when he's coming up. Good. Preload, preload. Look that way. All right, so he's not turning his head. You got to turn that head. Turn your head all the way. And remember when you were over here and I saw you leaning your motorcycle? When you turn your head, lock those handlebars, you have to lean. There's no other way to make that.
Okay.
All right? I'm going to stand right in the middle. Let's go around me. sorry. So you're cheating yourself. If this is that line, you started your turn right here. You got to get all the way over to that line.
Okay.
All right? I don't care if you go, when you pass this cone, if you kind of hit the line.
Okay.
Just use all the space you got. Let's try it again. Tom is determined too. I was like, you sure you don't want to start at 24 feet? 18 feet. Okay, two things. He's not leaning the bike, but he's not turning his head. Guy to turn your head. So what I'm going to do is,
I tried that dip.
not turning your head.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is, I'm going to move this out to 24 feet. All right? I want you to, because you still got to warm up. You usually don't warm up doing 18-foot U-turns.
Okay.
So it's not a big deal.
Why don't I just use the line?
That's what I told you. Warm up just using the lines.
Yeah, that way you don't have to move.
I only have to move one side, so it's not a big deal.
Right over there.
Okay. All right, so that's what I suggested that he did in the first place, which is go warm up, use the lines, forget about the cones. 3 parking spaces is 27 feet. That was a good U-turn that he just did right there. And you know, once he gets warmed up, then we can come back here and we can try this. But the bottom line is, he has to turn his head. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And gotta lean the motorcycle. This is Robert Simmons paying it forward. Practice session number 8.1, nighttime edition. So guys, I want to stay loose too. I'm looking straight ahead. At 12 feet, you're looking to the handlebars. You got to use the friction zone big time. When I'm coming here, I'm looking there, swing my head to the left. That's way less than 18 feet. That's probably 17 feet, maybe 16 and a half. Let me do the Serpentine again and then come back and do the right turn. But that's my weakness, the right turn. Actually, I started on the left the last time in the Serpentine. This time I'll start on the right. No, I started on the right. This time I'll start on the left. And then that'll put me on the right, on this perfect side to make the right U-turn. Now right there, I didn't have the clutch all the way out enough. And I felt like, oh, I didn't have any power. And then I just let it back out. So like I said before, you can come straight up to the U-turn, straight, no dip. Look, turn your head and just make the turn. Or you can come up, create some momentum. All right, now like everything else, if you get used to doing this, I can bury my head and still make the turn. I don't have to turn my head. But you want to get into the habit of turning your head. All right? You limber?
I think so.
You sure? Let's see. We might be widening everything out.
No, I hope not.
It's not a big deal.
I'm not preloading enough.
Huh?
I'm not preloading.
Yeah, but the biggest thing is your head and the lean.
Yeah.
That's what you need. So I feel like we'll try it out a few more times. Okay. If it's not even close, it doesn't make sense. We'll move it out to maybe 20 feet, not 24. Thomas from Texas. Texas likes everything big. But in this case, he doesn't want a big number as far as the radius of this turn. He wants 18 feet. He doesn't want 24, but I told him you might have to settle for 24. Maybe we'll do 20. The point is to build his confidence up. If he's not ready for 18 feet, it's just going to wreck his confidence trying it. Okay, I want him to go more to the right, but again, he has to lean the motorcycle. All right, it's getting better. If you turn your head slow, you're going to turn slow.
Okay.
You're turning your head like this with the handlebars.
Okay.
Your head should be turned before you turn the handlebars. I'm going to stand right here. When you get over there, I want you to look at me.
That's that trust factor I'm having.
Yeah, of course. So you got to look at me and you got to lean. These are the things that have to be done. All right, so I'm definitely going to move the cones out because he's good. He's not 18 feet good, but he's definitely, let me do this. 1, 2. I'm going to move him out 2 footsteps. And Tom's got to understand what I always say. We leave our egos on the sidewalk. A man's got to know his limitations. 1, 2. Watch the difference this makes. 1, 2. The thing that's really disappointing about it is, if he can't do this, he won't be able to do the others. "20 feet. All right, let's do it. Turn your head. He needed those extra 2 feet. Now, as he keeps doing it, if he notices that now he's turning and his wheel is going here, bam, he's still making 18-foot U-turns regardless of where these cones are. But he's not. He started to lean more at the end than at the beginning. He's got to let that motorcycle lean right from the beginning. All right. Remember, the purpose of this is to build up your confidence. And we're trying to do 18 feet, but you're not ready for 18 feet.
Right.
It's just going to kill your confidence. You started to lean that motorcycle late, but with 20 feet, it was good enough. You just made it.
Damn.
So the point is, let's keep doing it.
Okay.
You'll see that if you get to that line and you're making it at that line, you're at 18 feet anyway. Forget about where the cones are. All right? Make sure you get over there as much as possible. Turn your head all the way. I still feel like your head's like this.
Okay.
I don't care if you got to come off the seat a little bit. Try to look behind you. Matter of fact, I'm not going to stand there. I'm going to stand right here in the middle. I want you to look at me.
Okay.
All right? Let's try it. And you got to lean. You got to lean. Right from the start, you got to lean. All right. Look at me. Way better. Way better. Now that time, he was a tad over the line. So he's pretty much almost at 18 feet. The throttle's good. The look is still not as good as I want. Okay. I want you looking that way before you even turn the handlebars, but you only went a tad over that line, so you're pretty much already there. Let's try it again. only thing that happened there, you had to look well before you turned, but your motorcycle, when you turned, you still had the clutch out, so it made your motorcycle go like that.
Okay.
Getting there though, the head is much better. I love it when a plan comes together. Again, that's from the A-Team. The youngins don't know anything about that. Hannibal Lecter. No, not Hannibal Lecter. What am I talking about? Oh, that's it. That's it. You were in the 18 feet. So right there, he just smashed the rear brake. It took him out, but when he first made that turn, he was within 18 feet.
You know what went through my mind?
What?
Boss of your motorcycle.
That's right.
That's what I was.
We want to make you be the boss.
Okay, I almost made that 18 feet.
You did make it.
Oh, I did?
But you hit the rear brake or something and it took you out. But when you made the 18 feet.
Good.
I want you to do this some more times.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we'll work on right turns.
Okay.
All right?
Those are harder.
Oh yeah. They're harder for me at least. All right?
Oh, yeah. I lit off the gas.
Yeah.
I got chicken.
Actually, I don't think you let off the gas. You didn't let the clutch out enough because I heard the gas.
Oh, okay.
And that's when I fell over there. That's what happened to me. Plenty of gas. No, I didn't have enough gas.
Yeah.
You had enough gas, but you didn't give it. You didn't open up the. 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna get good at picking this thing up. Okay.
You ready? Okay.
That one took a tumble.
Yeah, you know why? Because you trusted and believed. You stayed in the throttle.
I did.
But because you were concentrating on the throttle so much, you didn't let the clutch out. So it went down.
Yeah.
But guess what? The lean, that's the exact lean you need to have. That was beautiful. Beautiful.
I just need to.
Wherever the sweet spot is on your clutch, you don't want to deviate. Oh, they changed it?
I don't know how. You can't adjust on these hydraulics, but it doesn't feel the same.
Really?
Yeah, it feels completely different to me now. So
Well, wherever that sweet spot is,
I got to find it.
we can find it right here before you even pull off. Okay. But wherever it is, you don't want to deviate far from it. And I want you to take it easy out here because you still got a long ride.
Oh, I'm good.
All right. Tom is a warrior. Warrior. That's what Tom says all the time. Hey, Tom, one of your fingers are hanging off. I'm good. He's a warrior.
All right.
Throttle. Keep it loaded. As soon as you get there, before you even turn the handlebars, snap your head, look at me. Make sure that you keep that throttle open enough where you have power going to that rear wheel. All right? And lean.
My check engine light came on.
Uh-oh.
So I want to wait a second.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We can't have these type of, right before a 1,000-mile trip, we can't have check engine lights coming on.
I know that I'm not coming in enough here. I need to come more in with my tire here.
I don't even want you to worry about this side. You're coming in enough. This is not your issue. Because if you turn this motorcycle, if you lean this motorcycle the way it needs to be leaned, and you turn your head and turn those handlebars, even if you're far away from that line, well, not far away, but even if you're off that line, you have plenty of room to make this turn.
Okay.
All right, I want you to stand up there and just watch me make this U-turn. All right, if I'm right here.
Okay.
Now you see I'm about a foot, I guess, away from the line.
Yeah.
As long as I lean this motorcycle, I have plenty of room. Throttle, turn my head. But you gotta lean the motorcycle. It's the only way you're gonna make that turn. So if I try to make this turn just with the handlebars, handlebars turn, I'm going to go over that line. But at a certain point, I know I have to lean it. There's no other way for me to make that turn. So
you do it so smooth and beautiful. I'm serious.
So don't worry about this line. All I want you to concentrate on, obviously I want you to get as close to it as possible, but don't worry about it because you don't have to be that close. And I've already seen you do it. The last turn you made, you were over that line by this much.
Oh, man.
So that's perfect. And if I make... So if you look where I am from this line, that's about 16 feet.
Yeah, I know.
So that's showing you don't have to lean the motorcycle as much as I did, but you do have to lean it. Okay? Everything's easy when you know how to do it. That's why we practice.
When I'm going, I notice you're just so smooth and confident with your turn.
Mm-hmm. Because
and you trust your bike.
Because once I turn the handlebars, all at that time, I'm not even concentrating on turning my handlebars and looking that way, because that's instinct now.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm concentrating on ensuring that I hear that I have enough throttle and that I'm giving enough, releasing the clutch enough to give me enough power to make it through that turn. Because the more I lean the motorcycle, the more important having power going to that rear wheel is. Now it's at a point where there's no margin for error because it's leaned at a point so dramatically that if it's just a fraction off, it's going to go down. Okay. So that's why I got to make sure it's not too much. That's why I'm on that rear brake too. You know, you're using the rear brake, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The rear brake is going to regulate your speed. It's going to help regulate your speed.
Can you get my other gloves out while we're talking? I don't want to keep you out here all night though.
I'm retired, Tom.
Oh, I'm having fun.
I'm retired.
I'm just trying not to show my goofy ass schoolboy smile right now.
I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry about me, man. I'm worried about you.
Don't worry about me.
When you leave, you're talking about you still got to eat, and then you riding 1,000 miles. And
you know what? I'll make a promise to you. I'll leave in the morning.
Well, where are you gonna stay?
At a hotel.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better.
I'll leave in the morning.
That makes me feel a lot better. Are you gonna go back to where you were staying?
Yeah, it's well, I think it's trying to send me down N95 or
Yeah.
I-95. I don't want to go down I-95.
So where are you gonna go?
Well, it took me a different way to get here. 16 to I can't remember.
Well, 16's right here.
Yeah.
My advice for you would be no, not to go back to the hotel you were at. It's too far out.
No, I'm not going there.
Right here on Pooler Parkway.
Yeah, that's right.
Quality hotels.
I stayed at the Hyatt.
Oh, okay.
The first night.
Yeah, and then you have 16 right here and 95 right here. But if you want to go to 16 to whatever, that's fine.
Let me get my gloves out. The first thing I'm gonna do when I get back is readjust all this back to where I normally have it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Are these heated?
no,
Oh.
no. I wish they were. My wife bought these on the internet.
Oh, okay.
They're supposed to be heated, and they stopped making the batteries, but they were still selling the gloves.
Gotcha.
So, needless to say, we don't shop with them anymore.
Now, I'm a realist. I'm always a realist. So what I'm going to say to you is, if the 18 feet is not happening here,
It's not going to happen.
it's not going to happen there. It's not going to happen in this figure eight. I could just make this figure eight wider, which I think I'm going to do.
Okay.
That makes more sense. And forget about that snowman too. Not going to happen.
Oh, but I got to at least try.
You could try it, yeah, of course.
I got to at least try.
I'm not going to tell you not to try it. I'm not going to move anything yet.
Right. Okay. If I could get this.
Part of me is no. I'm moving that figure eight because it don't make sense. Well, let me let you keep doing this.
If I could get my confidence on this turn and get the feel to know exactly where my bike and clutch need to be, I think I'll be able to compensate when I get over there too. It's just.
But you have to be able to do this.
Yes, I agree.
Going right as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what that is right and left.
I agree.
Everything out here is right and left.
And I'm going center.
All right.
Come on, bike.
There you go. Better. He's whipping his head around. That's perfect. All he needs to do is lean the bike more initially, and he'll have that in 18 feet easy. Much better. Come on, do it again. Woo! Oh, beautiful. Did you guys see that? he was getting ready to fall, and he trusted and believed. All he did was let his clutch out, throttled it. Oh man! All right, that was beautiful. Right there, you trusted and believed because
I had to.
that bike was like, whoa!
I know.
You throttled it, and you did that in 18 feet. Keep doing it. Even the broken clock is right twice a day. I want to make sure it wasn't a fluke.
You know what? I knew if I didn't throttle, I was going down.
Of course.
I felt it.
That was perfect, man. Look over here. Okay. It's that initial lean that's bothering him. I can see it. He doesn't want to let that bike fall over. All right, so I can see what's bothering you. What's bothering you is that initial lean.
Right.
Because it feels like, uh-oh,
Yep.
and that's the only thing that's keeping you, because what you're doing is, you're coming over here nicely. But as soon as you make this turn, your bike is straight up. So you're losing space by that. Then you start to lean it. But initially, you're straight up. Actually, you're straight up almost until the middle of the turn. And then you start to lean. If you could just let that bike lean, catch it with the clutch out, you're golden.
That's why, that's why you're so
Mm-hmm.
because you're just one fluid motion going through it. I'm like very disconjunctive. I see it.
Yeah, you noticed that when I did it when I was standing there, when I stopped the bike and I talked to you, I did it just from right there.
Yeah.
Because that's if you, well, I know you've watched my videos, but a couple of the videos that I made where I said sometimes you're at a turn, you have to make a turn and you don't have enough room to go straight. So you literally have to turn the handlebars and just let the bike fall and catch it with the clutch, throttle, and the wow. That's what you're doing right here. But the difference is you're not doing it from a standstill like that, which is extreme. You still have some motion, which should relieve some of the fear from you because, again, once the bike is moving, it's doing something to work for you. Just trust that when you let the bike, because if you can lean it that much here, you can do it over there.
Yes, you're right.
All right, so just try that out.
Okay.
Let that bike lean. If you need me to do it again so you can look at it, I will. But
I got you're in my head when I'm going around.
Beautiful. Everything else is good.
Just make it look too pretty.
Head turn, good. No, same thing. Try it again. He's got to let that bike dip right from the start. Let it dip. 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 Let it dip. Let it dip. Yeah, he's not letting it dip. That bike's not starting to dip until about right here. It's way too late. Let it dip. Good. All right, that's better. The only problem there is he's going a little too fast. But again, the instinct is to go faster because then the bike is taking over. Go a little slower. That was good. You're just going a little too fast.
Okay.
So he has too much throttle going through there. And when I say too much throttle, I'm not talking about the preloaded throttle. It's the throttle he's allowing to let through by opening up the clutch. Good. Woo! Here we go. Perfect. Oh, that was perfect. That's 18 feet. That's 18 feet, but it's actually a little less than 18 feet. Really? Do it again. Do it again. That was perfect. The head turn is perfect now. We got over that hump. You leaned it early that time. Oh, that was perfect. 18 feet. A little less than 18 feet, actually.
Oh, good. Thank you.
And I'm not going to blow smoke up anybody's butt. If he didn't do it, I wouldn't tell him he did it. That was nice. You guys see what he did there? He was going too fast, and then he used that rear brake to slow him down. That's the only way he was able to stay within 18 feet. All right, let's do it again, man.
Right.
And once you feel comfortable enough, we're going to the right side.
Okay.
I just told Tom he was doing so good. If he was a woman, I'd kiss him in the mouth.
What's that?
No, I'm talking to the camera.
Oh, okay.
He said if I was a woman, he'd let me. That was outstanding. I love when I see somebody getting ready to make a mistake and then make the correction, because when you can make the corrections, that's when you know you're on a path to doing it correctly. Clock theory is dead because he's done it 4 times now, and it looks nerve-wracking at first because it looks like but it looks nerve-wracking at first.
It would,
because I'm like but you stay in it perfectly. I can't wait for you to see the pictures of it. That's the way it's supposed to look. Now you can keep doing it if you want, or you can go to the right side. It's up to you. Okay, do one more of these. You're already over here. Notice the difference in the fall. Notice the difference in the fall. Way better. You're not flying off, and look where your motorcycle is.
Yeah,
you made the turn.
Good girl.
That's right. You're showing her who the boss is.
Yep.
Oh man. So you already see the improvements.
Yes.
Beautiful.
It feels good. You just got to keep doing it.
Absolutely.
Doing it.
This is not rocket science.
If you want it.
Yeah. That's my wife.
They're probably like,
She just came to check on me.
Are you gonna call the popo?
1, 2, 3. No, the popo. That's my wife.
Oh, is that your wife?
Yeah, that's my wife. She just came by to check to see if I'm ready to go. I ain't going no time soon. I told her.
Like, you're letting that cancer patient do this?
No.
You're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, she's probably why she left.
You know what? She's a good wife like mine.
Yeah.
I can tell, even on the video.
She is
at
great.
least I fell within the line. Does that count for anything?
Yeah, of course it does. Like I told you, I said, look at the difference on not just where you fell, but how you fell.
Yeah.
Clearly, the only thing was the clutch wasn't out enough.
Okay.
But it went down smoothly. It didn't just go bang.
No, it was yes.
You know what I mean? So, trust me, all of these things count. They matter. They matter. And the fact that last time you were falling here,
right.
You already made this time. And guess what? I'm gonna fall again too. I know it. It just happens. Sometimes I have.
You might fall on ice, but you ain't falling on paper.
I fell out here already.
When?
You didn't watch that video?
I didn't see you fall.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch that. Not only did I fall.
What lesson was it?
It was practice session. It was the last practice session, number 7.
Number 7?
Yep.
I missed that.
Not only did I fall, but I also rewound it so I can talk to everybody about what I did wrong. And then I talked about it at the end too. Yeah. Because it's going to happen. It's going to happen because every now and then, yes, we're not machines.
Right.
We're dealing with a lot of stuff that you have to concentrate on at the same time. And although instincts kick in, we're still human beings. So as I'm making that turn, in my mind, I know throttle, I didn't have enough throttle. And if I did, I didn't let the clutch out enough. Okay. And I just happened to be doing those same kind of turns I was telling you about, where you stop and then you let the motorcycle fall.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Where you can't really make an error. It's not a big margin of error, so that's what happened.
I know this one here is listed in the book at about 980 pounds by itself, without all the junk I got on it. So.
Yeah.
Right. But you know what? I'd rather fall here than fall in traffic.
Absolutely. And a lot of the stuff you're doing here, you're not going to do out there anyway. But if you know in the back of your mind that you know how to do it, you're not going to think twice about doing something out there. That's the whole point.
You know, it's like shooting a weapon. I mean, you're only as good as your last practice.
That's it.
So.
That's it. All right, man.
Try some right turns.
We can't go to the right until you make another left smooth.
Oh, damn. All right.
This is a confidence building exercise.
Okay. You got it.
That turn. Oh my God! Oh my God! Guys, that was about 17 feet. I love it. Remember how he looked just maybe 25 minutes ago? That was about 17 feet.
Really?
Oh my God.
Thank you.
17 feet. All right, you've graduated to the right turn now. Nothing changes. It sounds good. I was just about to say that. All right, so he's going to go over there and practice with just the lines, making the right U-turns, because it's already in his head, and you know, but he knows it's harder for him, just like I know it's harder for me. So again, this is all about confidence. All right, when you build your confidence level up, it's going to make you a safer rider, a more confident rider, and he won't mind screw himself going into here, because we have a tendency to do that, mind screw ourselves. So we're kind of we're screwing ourselves up before we even get into what we're trying to do. Oh, he's back already. That was quick. Oh, good. I'm glad he stopped, because he's on the line. I want him at the cones. I'm glad you stopped, because I don't want you coming on the line. I want you coming at these cones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know you're doing 18 feet over there, but let's try it.
I was going to move the basket a little bit just in
Okay.
case. I don't think I gave myself enough.
Well, I expected that the first time at least. Hold on. Remember, using your legs more than anything else.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
I don't think I've ever dropped it on the right side before.
What is it, in neutral?
I don't think.
Yeah, it
I
is.
guess I popped it in neutral. How did I do that?
Oh, I got the wrong kickstand. Where the hell is your kickstand?
There
Oh,
it
it's over here.
Yeah.
My wife was telling me that. He's got 2 kickstands. I'm like, how did she know that?
How did she know
I
that?
have no idea. I got to ask her when I get home.
That's attention to detail. So what did I do wrong on that one?
It's always the same. Not enough throttle.
Not enough throttle.
And if there was enough throttle, you didn't let the clutch out enough.
Okay.
Wow, that feels...
Feels light now.
Well, I don't know how it felt before.
Not quite that easy, but now I've got fluid in it, so lost my wallet. So I keep it on a chain.
I mean, I was just talking to the people, and I was saying to them, good thing this is being recorded. Because if I just told somebody what he looked like 25 minutes ago, and then you see him here making 17-foot U-turns, we'll get here. We'll get here.
Yeah, we will. I appreciate all your time. I'm very serious.
No problem,
very
man.
grateful.
No problem. So of course we skipped exercise number 1, exercise number 2, exercise number 3, because he doesn't really need that. I'm glad he decided to leave tomorrow morning instead of tonight. So now we can stay out here till, I don't give a damn what time we stay out here until now. Oh, beautiful! Oh, that was perfect. I mean, that was perfect. I'm looking at his face the whole time. Let me get out of his shot. Do that again. That was beautiful.
Yeah, 24 feet.
No, this is 20 feet, not 24.
Oh,
He just went. So basically, it's the same like he was doing before. He's just not leaning early enough. But he's got to warm up. That's all. Nice, very nice. That was great. What do you mean was it okay? It was beautiful.
Okay.
Again, I understand it's a different perspective off of the motorcycle, so I'm seeing it differently than you. The beauty is you'll be able to see it once I get this out. That was beautiful.
Cool.
I want you to keep doing it. If I feel like when you dropped the motorcycle the first time, I'm sorry, the second time when you went through, not when you dropped it, it was the same issue you were having on the left turns where you weren't leaning it soon enough.
Okay.
you already are doing it now. So it only took you 3 times with this, whereas it took, I don't know, I can't, see, that's what I mean. There's no rhyme or reason to this.
Okay.
That was very good. Let's do it again.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to, I keep in mind what you're saying when I'm doing it.
Yeah. Turn your head too, all the way. And quick. See how he's making the corrections with the rear brake? Once you get all those things working together, that's good. Very good. Oh yeah, using that rear brake, good. All right, I want him to keep practicing. I'm gonna go over here to these, to the figure 8 and make it wider. Beautiful! Oh, he let the turn out too soon, but he still stayed within the cones. I forgot, Tom wants to try everything before I make it wider. You gotta love that guy. You notice he doesn't have a problem with putting his foot down. So that time you dipped it aggressively and then got out of it a little bit, but you're still within here. I mean, it's
not pretty.
It's good, man. Exactly, but it's getting it done.
It's like when I dance. I love music, but it moves me ugly.
All right, we're going to go over here.
All right, let's do it.
Starting from the left cone, on the left side. Looking at the next gate. If we have to make the gates wider, we'll make them wider. Meaning the gates, not the distance. You ready? You cooled off now. You might have to go back and do some U-turns. I don't know.
No, I'm good.
All right. Tom's first try through the double serps. I figure this will help him loosen up a little bit more too with the transitions before we start trying to do stuff like figure 8s. All right, so I'm going to open up the gates. The first thing you did wrong is when you pulled in here, you came to these cones like this. Yeah, and if you do that, even if you make that first turn, it's just going to get tighter and tighter as you go. So as soon as you make this turn, I want you to act like you're in the U-turn trying to make an 18-foot turn. Okay. Look at my motorcycle. Turn the motorcycle like this. Turn your head and then turn. Stay to the outside so you have more room. And as soon as you go through here, same thing. Look at the gate where you just came from. Then turn your head, turn the handlebars. Lean. Stay to the outside. Look at the gate you came from. And when you get here, turn your head, turn the handlebars. Stay to the outside. All right?
The gate I came from.
Yes. So when you first come in, obviously there's no gate that you just came from. So that's why I said look at my motorcycle. But after that, I want you to look at the gate you just came from. And that way it's going to take you out nice and wide so that you're going through the gates straight. Not like this. You shouldn't be coming through the gate like this. You should be coming through the gate like this. All right? All right, let's do it again. So when you first came in, same thing. It wasn't, not only was it not enough throttle, but no lean at all.
Okay.
Like I said, I want you to act like you're making a U-turn over there.
Okay.
If you just try to do it straight up, there's no way you're going to make that next turn.
Okay. Oh, I'm on. Damn. So on fuel too.
Your gas is low?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. What do I always tell people? You come into the concourse, you got to come with a full tank of gas.
You know what happened? I didn't want to delay, so I got here as quick as I could.
All right, so go get some gas. I'll be here when you get back.
You sure? Do you want something to drink?
No, I got something. I'm
You
good.
don't want a soda pop or
No,
something?
I'm good. Soda pop.
Well, we call it soda waters in Texas, but
When you get out of here to Pula Parkway, make a left.
yes, sir.
The park is right there on your left.
Okay.
All right.
Make a left out of the park.
Yeah, as soon as you get to the end of the road and you get back to Pula Parkway, the
Okay.
traffic light, make a left.
Okay.
And then 2 lights later, you'll see the park is on the left.
Okay.
I'm going to practice out here.
All right. I'll be right back.
Get at the next gate. Okay, so remember, and I just ran through this again, I want you to know that when I come through here, remember I told you, you always favor the outside cone, and then you make a sharp turn this way. I'm literally not making the transitional turn until I'm about right here. But I'm also leaning a lot too, which you've already proven you don't have an issue with that.
Okay.
So my point is, come out as wide as you can, so when you come through here, you're almost coming through straight through, so that you can start this next turn.
Okay.
All right, let's do a dry run. Well, I don't know how dry it is. You got a fresh cigar? Very good, that's a good sign. I don't know why it's a good sign, but it's a good sign. Reload! Reload! When he comes through, I want him to look at me. Come right towards me. Come right towards me. See, he's going straight for it. So let me show him something. You see where my motorcycle's facing?
Yes.
That's where you need to be on your first turn. You're still going that way. And when you're making the turn through here, you're like right in the middle. I want you to be closer to the cone on the left. So I'm gonna make this turn again. I want you to see it's an abrupt lean. So as soon as I pass this cone, I'm already turning before I pass it. See, I'm already starting my turn. Don't start your turn late because now you're out too far. So start your turn early with the lean. Now look at where I am.
Right there in the sweet spot.
I'm right in the sweet spot. I'm going that way, and I'm gonna do the same thing that I did here, there. You're doing the same thing over and over. So you know what, Tom? Literally, you see which way my motorcycle is facing? Yes. Whenever I go through a gate, I turn early enough so that when I get through it, I'm actually facing this way. And that way when I make the next turn, I'm going straight through it. I almost passed the, well, I don't almost pass it, but I almost turn at the last minute to make the turn. That's why I'm assuring that I'm all the way to the outside cone. Okay. All right? So you just got to make sure it all starts with that first turn. Can you make up for it? Yeah, but you just got to lean more, that's all. So you'll notice when I go through a gate, right? I'm gonna do a little duck walking here. When I go through a gate, I'm actually going through it like this. No part of me is going straight. I'm actually going through it sideways. And in that way, that makes it easier for me to lean going to the left and then go to the right. And when I go to the right gate, I'm coming through it sideways almost. See? I'm going sideways. Sideways. All right, let's do it.
My God, man.
When you start, if you don't do the first turn right, I'm gonna stop you right there. Start over. Stop. Start over. So remember I told you when you go through this gate, your motorcycle should be pretty much facing this way. You just came through and your motorcycle you're turning right here. Okay. You're too far in, so you're making that way harder. So when you come through here, start your turn way before you even get to this gate. So that way, when you come in, you're like this. Right. And then it's easier for you now. Obviously, if you come this far out, now you got to really lean. You're not leaning at all, really, but then you have to really lean to get to where I'm standing. But if you come in straight, now this is just like a slight turn. Look over here. And I don't want you to worry about, oh, I'm passing the gate. If you lean the motorcycle, you're so far away, trust me, you'll be fine. In it, because you leaned, when you come through this one, now you're going to end up like this. Straight. Same thing. You're coming over here, look, turn. And then same thing. You're turning so much that now you're straight again. Okay? That's the key to this. If you deviate from that, it's not gonna happen.
I see it too.
All right, so make sure when you come in, I'm gonna stand over here. It's tough. It's tough. There's no doubt about it, but I know what I forgot to tell him. Pull that clutch in while you're transitioning. See, he's too tight on that. Too tight. No, he's just killing cones. Again, he should be at the outside cone, but he's hugging the inside cone, and that's why he's hitting it. And if you're hugging that inside cone, it's just not going to happen. You got to come out wide. That was better. The lean was better, but he did it too soon. The first turn was better. Second turn, no bueno. Let's try it again. Oh! So when you go to make the turn, right? When you're getting ready to turn right, squeeze the clutch in.
Okay.
Just for the turn. It's easier to turn the handlebars when the clutch is squeezed in, with no power going to the rear wheel. So again, don't hold it in. You're coming this way. As soon as you're about to turn the handlebars, squeeze it in, let it out back into the friction zone. Out here. Now the first turn you made, that lean was good. It was perfect, but it was actually too much lean because you started it early. Because you're coming out so wide, you don't have to lean as much to make this turn. And then when you're coming right here, same thing. Look to the left, squeeze the clutch in, turn the handlebars, clutch out. Because you don't want to turn slow either. You got to kind of turn quick because you're losing space as you move forward. Okay? All right, just try that. Nope, too low. Nope, do it again. You turn too soon. So what I want you to do is make sure you have enough throttle. Make sure you have enough throttle. And what I'm going to do is do not turn in that direction until I say turn. Okay. And then I want you to turn. Okay. Squeeze the clutch in, turn, and go. Okay? All right, let's do that. Okay. Preload! Lean. Let's do it again. I'll tell you earlier next time. Good. Preload. Do it again. What the f...
I don't know what happened.
I'm picking up a cone. I turn around. The motorcycle's laying down.
I think I'm tired.
You probably are.
Yeah, I'm tired for tonight.
All right. Wrap it up.
Yeah. Damn.
All right, so it looks like we're going to be wrapping it up.
Yep.
Due to fatigue.
Fatigue.
It's 20-41 hours.
This helmet is nasty sweaty.
Yeah, you out here working, man. You out here working. Listen, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You did very well.
I'm very honored that you would come out here and do this.
Oh, of course, man. That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer.
I mean, so much fun. And I'll be out here again to do this course.
Like I said, you better trailer it.
I'm going to. I'm trailering
You
it.
better trailer it.
I promise you.
I'm going to record myself just doing the snowman
I want to watch, actually.
and the figure eight. Okay, yeah, of course. And you
I'm
already...
going to help you pick cones up, too. So.
Okay, that sounds good.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Oh, please.
All right, figure eight. Damn it! Got to do it over. That's unacceptable. Yeah. Damn it.
You ready?
I got this. 1, 2, 3. Do it again.
Man, I got to tell you. You got the heart of a lion.
How the hell do I keep hitting this one cone?
I think I jinxed you tonight.
No.
That's true.
All right, so I think what I'm doing wrong, I actually tweaked my ankle a little bit on that when I was going down.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm clearly not coming over here enough, so, all right, that's what I got to do. Do it again. That's why we practice. Even the broken clock is right twice a day. All right, now I feel good. Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Oh, no, I'll take that clock any day.
All right, guys, so that's going to conclude Slow Speed Motorcycle Riding Skills practice session number 8.1. I had a good time with Tom. Tom had an even better time. He was very appreciative. And as I stated at the beginning of this video, there is absolutely no way that I could have let that man ride his motorcycle 14 hours, 1,000 miles back to Texas without doing what he actually rode here to do. And that's practice with me. So I appreciate Tom. And he said he'll be back. And I did tell him, if you come back here, or what should I say, when you come back here, that motorcycle better be in the trailer. And he didn't argue with me this time. Like he said, halfway through his trip, that's when he was thinking to himself, he should have brought a trailer because it was cold too. It looks like he's going to have good weather going back. It was kind of a crazy night too, because at a certain point, Tom was just worn out. He's been up since 4:30 in the morning. So he said, all right, that's enough. Let's just stop. And I did some riding around, practicing, dropped my bike a couple of times. Actually, kind of hurt my ankle just a little bit. And anyway, he helped me pick up the cones. I told him, Tom, I don't want you to help me pick up these. I don't want you to help me pick up the cones. Just go to your hotel room. That was another good thing. At least I convinced him to stay in a hotel tonight and leave tomorrow, because he wanted to get on the road tonight. I mean, it's just crazy. But I'm happy that he decided to stay in the hotel room. He helped me pick up the cones anyway. He wouldn't listen to me. Then my motorcycle wouldn't start. I don't know what was going on. It's like it wasn't getting gas. So I kept trying it. Nothing was working. So my wife came. He said, I'll stay here with your motorcycle. I had to go get my trailer. I bring the trailer home. I take my lawnmower out of it. First, the lawnmower wouldn't start either. So I had to jump the lawnmower, bring it into the garage, then go back to the parking lot. I get back there, my motorcycle starts. And it didn't start smoothly either. So I'm going to have to take it to Harley Davidson to find out what the hell's going on. It's like when it wouldn't start, me and Tom were like, effing Harley Davidson. I mean, come on, man. So that's on the agenda now. So tomorrow I'll have to, if it starts, I'll ride it there. If it doesn't start, I'll trailer it there and we'll find out what's going on. So anyway, as I always say, if you guys want to help contribute to the channel, if you want to support the channel, all right, you can send donations via Zelle or Venmo to the email address on the upper right-hand portion of your screen. And if there's anything you'd like me to have, you can send it to this address right here on the upper left-hand portion of your screen. What I also want to share with you guys is, and Tom wanted me to share with you as well, and in case you guys did not know, Tom has stage 4 cancer. And right before he rolled down here, after his last dose of chemotherapy, his numbers were good. And he saw that his numbers were going down and the tumors were shrinking. And he felt good, so he said, you know what? I'm riding out. And the reason he wanted me to share this with you guys is he wants anybody that's going through the same thing that he's going through to know, just keep on living, keep on doing what you really want to do. And I think I commend him very much for not only sharing that with me, but allowing me to share that with you guys. All right. So again, I told Tom before that he's a better man than I am. And I'll say it again, he's a better man than I am. He's really a stand-up guy. He really is. Now, you guys know I love my preloaders. And if this happened to any one of you guys, and when I say this, I'm talking about you riding here a long distance here just to practice with me, and things don't go as well as we anticipated that they would go, I'm going to make sure that you're okay. I'm going to exchange numbers with you as well. If you need anything, I'm going to provide it with you. If you need to ride anywhere, and that's what I did with Tom. I went and picked him up from his hotel. We drove to Harley Davidson. This was yesterday. And then we went to Harbor Freight, bought another motorcycle jack for myself. I'll be doing the video on that. Just a stand-up guy, all right? And this is another reason why I love this channel so much. I love what I'm doing so much as far as paying it forward. Because had I not started this channel, had I not gone down this journey, I never would have met Tom. I never would have met a lot of the guys that I practice with, and I never would have met a lot of you guys via comments and email. And eventually, I'm pretty sure I'm going to meet a lot of you anyway. All right, so it's just so much love, it's so much positivity, and I feel it. All right, and it's such a good feeling. It's like a blanket. I tell my wife all the time, the love that I have for her and the love that I feel from her, it's like a blanket that I'm always wearing. So even if I'm not with her, I still feel it. All right. That's kind of how I feel about this whole community right now. So I appreciate all of you guys. As I said before, I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone that supports the channel. I appreciate the comments, the emails, everything. You guys, you know I don't take anything for granted. All right? All right. So he's in his room now, Tom that is. He sent me a text message with proof showing me that he got his room tonight. He's going to eat, he's going to relax, and then he'll be on his way tomorrow. I will be in touch with him before he leaves and once he gets to where he's going. So, all right, guys, I want to give a shout out to my brothers and sisters in blue. Know that you're appreciated. I also want to give a shout out to the NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit. particularly Highway 1, which is where I used to work, and the Motorcycle Highway District. That's where the school is. That's where I learned how to ride a motorcycle. But motorcycle officers or not, you have to keep practicing. It's a finite skill. If you don't practice it, you're going to lose it, or at least some parts of it. All right, guys? All right. Guys, practice, 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 because practice breeds confidence, and a confident rider is a safer rider. Until next time. Look at that. Here he is right here. I swear I didn't set that up. What a good guy this guy is. And he's not afraid to, he's not afraid to accept the challenge either. Like he said, I love challenging myself. And he sure enough did. But he said out there on the cone course that this was humbling, He wanted everything set up to like motor officer specifications. And let me tell you something, that U-turn, you guys saw. You saw that where he started versus where he went, and it didn't take long either. He was doing U-turns in 17 feet, easy. And the big part of that was me moving the cones out to 20 feet. It's a mental thing, as long as he kept seeing those cones, it was like, as soon as I move him out, at first he was right next to them, and then eventually he was well inside the line of 18 feet. All right. I know this was supposed to be the end of it, but once I started to shut the camera off and I saw him on the screen, look at this guy. That is a stand-up guy. And a Tom Selleck mustache too. I mean, come on. All right, Texas is in the house. All right, guys, I mean it this time. I'll see you later.